Welcome to this session, AOS-CX 10.09, Usability Enhancements. This is part of a series. This is session number 4 of 4. And my name is Steve Bartlett. I'm a technical marketing engineer supporting AOS-CX switching. Let's dive straight in. This is the agenda, 9 new features identified as usability features. And this is session number 4. As I mentioned, the first one was firmware distribution, log buffer notification, 1 of 4. Admin access to the log file, locked out users, 2 of 4, and prefer statement on NTP server and IPv6 RA guard for the 8325 series is 3 of 4. And of course, you can watch these in any order you care to mention. Today's session, or this session, is around usability improvements, just relating to the show output commands as highlighted in the agenda. So let's jump straight in. So improvements to the show IP OSPF interface output. Let's have a look at this, and it's applicable to all platforms supporting OSPF v2. So before we go into the output of show IP OSPF, let's have a look at the OSPF passive interface feature, because this is what that show output relates to. So if we've got a 3-node network wishing to run OSPF and to form neighbor adjacencies, we have a startup sequence between our nodes, and this example here between switch A and switch B, wishing to form an adjacency, all configured correctly. They will go through this process from init all the way to full to form a fully functional neighbor adjacency. All well and good, but what if we don't want to have an adjacency neighbor fully formed between switch A and switch C? Well, we've got a couple of options. We can use the OSPF passive interface. If we placed it on that particular link, for instance, we no longer have switch A and switch C forming a fully functional neighbor adjacency, because switch A becomes silent effectively on that interface, and switch C will have effectively be placed in its init state. It will not get through past or the OSPF hello packet sequence on the init state. There's a couple of ways we can do it. We can put the OSPF context on a per interface or in the OSPF interface. So we've got, in this example, router OSPF 1, passive interface, default on all interfaces, and then we turn it off. So we turn no IP OSPF passive if we want to form an adjacency on that particular interface. Or we could reverse that, effectively take the IP OSPF passive off, remove it under the router OSPF 1 instance, and effectively turn it on under the specific interface if we want to have that particular interface as passive. Well, what does show IP OSPF interface give us? Well, after all that we've been speaking about it, what it does give us, it gives the passive state of that interface or interfaces when they are displayed with the show IP OSPF interface command. They will be pulled up and give us the status whether they are passive or not. And that is the feature enhancement for the show IP OSPF interface as part of the 10.09 enhancement. So the next one up, usability for the output on show spanning tree, affecting all switch platforms. So let's have a look at this one. So what are the changes for the show spanning tree output? So if we type the show spanning tree command, then we get the output. And as I've highlighted in this snippet, where we've got role and state, prior to 10.9, we used to present itself as disabling and blocking. Now it's presented as disabled and down. So that is a new presentation that we have. So if you do see this in 10.09 and think it's peculiar, no, that's all very well and proper. That's now the presentation that we are using for the show spanning tree output. And the last one is the show MAC address improvement affecting all switch platforms. So let's have a look at this one. It's the last one in our list. So what is the output change on the show MAC address table? So on the left, prior to 10.9, if we did a show MAC address table and put a question mark, we will get the option to have show MAC address table port and then the interface number. So that is now being replaced with show MAC address table interface as part of 10.9, as you can see highlighted in the right. So the old command is still there as an alias, but it's now going to be deprecated and replaced with show MAC address table interface is the new way forward to display the output for that particular interface. This concludes the usability session for feature enhancements for 10.09. This was session 4 of 4. There are 3 other sessions, 1, 2, and 3. Do take a look and to see if there are any particular features there that you would like to review. So this is goodbye from me, Steve Bartlett, and thank you for watching.